राम राम सर्वेभ्यः हृत्पूर्वक नमस्काराः। प्रवेशकक्ष्यायां सर्वेषां स्वागतम्। अद्यतन पाठः पञ्चमः पाठः। गतकक्ष्यायाम् अस्माभिः पञ्चमपाठे एव सूक्तिः पठिता, लोट्लकारः पठितः, तथा द्वितीया विभक्तिः अपि पठिता। अद्य वयं पञ्चमे पाठे अग्रे पठिष्यामः। प्रथमतः गुरुवन्दनम् उक्त्वा तदनन्तरं प्रारम्भं कुर्मः। Welcome to class 61 of Pravesha. So last class we have commenced learning lesson 5. We have learned lotlakaraha, sukti, that is the wise saying, and we have also learned dvitiya vibhakti. So today let us go ahead with the 5th chapter, and we will be learning other aspects of chapter 5 like sangrahya vishayaha, etc. So as usual, request all of you to sit up straight and please take a deep breath and chant Guru Vandanam and Mangala Shlokaha. Then we will commence with today's lesson. Gurureva gatir gurumeva bhaje Gurunaiva sahasmi namo gurave Na gurof paramam shishurasmi guroho matirasti gurau mama pahi guro Bravimi samskritam vacha dhyayami samskritam kurve sevanchakayena Vande Samskrita Mataram Yonaras Samskrita Vyom-nihyalayam Ramate Muda Samskritin Chaiva Samskaram Vindate Natra Samshayah. Suktihi Kriya siddhihi sattve bhavati mahatam nopakarane. Kriya siddhihi, that is success, or like I said, siddhi has many, it has a deeper meaning than just success. So we discussed this in the previous class. We will also be discussing this word with reference to a shloka, which we will learn in today's class. So we learned that Kriya siddhi is achieved by great souls, great people, by their own inherent power, inherent nature, and not through external means. We also learned the shloka in which this sukti, and we discussed in brief the meaning of the shloka in the previous class. Then we also got introduced to lotlakaraha, imperative mood, and the way it is used: command, request, offer, also in terms of sometimes also in the sense of let this happen, as in when anybody is blessing, like someone pointed out in the last class, sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaha. So bhavantu, that word is in lotlakara, prathama purusha bahuvachanam. Sarve sukhinah bhavantu, let everyone be happy. Sarve santu niramayaha, let everyone be free of any disease. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu, may everyone see auspiciousness. Bhadrani pashyantu, let them see. Again here, prathama purusha bahuvachanam, pashyantu. So bhavantu, santu, pashyantu, all these are lotlakara words. Ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. So bhavet is in another lakara. It is not lord. It is what we call vidhiling, but that we will learn later. The last line means let nobody experience sorrow. So a lot of blessings, for example, arogyamastu, samasta sanmangalani bhavantu. All these, so bhavantu, astu, all these words are in lotlakaraha. So we learned lotlakara forms in both parasmay padam, what you see on the screen, and atmane padam forms. I hope you all have memorized and done your exercises, which Sudha Bhagini would have discussed in yesterday's exercise session. We learned some examples of lot lakara sentences. Chhatraha pathatu, balakaha kridatu, bhavati khadatu, amba pustakam pashyatu, saha sevam karotu. Similarly, what you see on the screen here are in lot lakara atmanepadam forms. Deepaha prakashatam, balaha rasam svadatam, guruhu chatran parikshatam, bhaktaha devam vandatam, bhavan utsahatam. Then this is Prathama Purusha Bahuvachanam form. Chhatraha pathantu, balikaha kridantu, nataha nrityantu, balakaha dhavantu, adhyapakaha prashnan prichantu. Then similarly, Prathama Purusha Bahuvachanam in Atmanepadam forms. Bhaktaha devam vandantam, devaha bhaktan trayantam, chhatraha bhashantam, Guravaha dosham kshamantam, sarve tatra vartantam. Madhyama purushe vakyani pashyamaha, tvam pricha, tvam khada, tvam tishtha, tvam krida, tvam patha, tvam devam vandasva. Atmane pada vakyani, tvam yachasva, tvam kashtam sahasva, Tvam gurum shlaghasva, tvam bhashasva. So all these words, vandasva, yachasva, sahasva, shlaghasva, bhashasva are in Madhyama Purusha, Ekavachanam, Atmanepadam forms. Yuyam chitram pashyata, yuyam pushpani jighrata, yuyam geetam gayata, yuyam devam namata, yuyam vadata, yuyam sahata. So all the verbs in these sentences are in Madhyama Purusha, Bahuvachanam. Same Madhyam Purusha Bahuvachanam in Atmanepadam verbs. Yuyam balikam shlaghadvam, yuyam gurum vandadvam, yuyam yatadvam, yuyam sevadvam, yuyam dinan trayadvam, yuyam dhanam yachadvam. Lotlakare Uttama Purusha Ekavachana Rupani. Aham shlokam pathani, aham gurum namani, aham bhojanam khadani, aham geetam smarani, aham pushpam jighrani. Atmanepadam, aham devam vandai, aham tam shlaghai, aham yatai, aham bhashai, aham uhai. Atra vayam shlokan vadama. Lotlakare Uttama Purushe Bahuvachana Rupani. Vayam shlokan vadama, vayam nrityama, vayam khadama, Vayam padyam likhama, vayam chitram pashyama, vayam bhojanam pachama. Here it should be vayam. We all know the rule of anuswara when anuswara is used. So it should be vayam here. Yes. Vayam padyam likhama, vayam chitram pashyama, vayam bhojanam pachama. Atra atmane pada kriya padani. Vayam pachamahai, vayam yatamahai, vayam sevamahai, vayam tam shlaghamahai, vayam acharyam vandamahai, vayam dinan trayamahai. We learned the meanings of these in the previous class, so please go through that. When you go to the recording of the previous class, you will be able to access that. And we also learned Dvitiya Vibhaktihi, as we have learned that even in introduction to Vibhaktis, we will not do it again in today's class. Dvitiya Vibhakti, accusative case. So we have learned when it is used with reference to a karma padam in kartari prayoga, and when we use gachati or gatyarthaka dhatunam prayoge, wherever the destination is, we are going to show the destination is going to be in Dvitiya Vibhakti. And when we use adhitishtati adhivasati, that location is going to be in Dvitiya Vibhakti. And we learned that some of the avyayas also have Dvitiya Vibhakti with the associated noun. Basically, the noun associated with these indeclinables will be in Dvitiya Vibhakti. Abhitaha, Paritaha, Samaya, Nikasha, Ha, Prati, Ubhayataha, Sarvataha, Prathak, Vina, Nana. We have done this along with examples in detail in the previous classes. We also learned Dvitiya Vibhakti noun forms. So we have done this in detail before we started the 5th chapter. The introductory classes to Vibhaktis. Before we started 5th chapter, we have done this. So we'll quickly go through Ramam, Ramau, Raman. Rama Shabda Pullinga. Hari Shabda Harim, Hari, Hareen. Pati, Patim, Pati, Pateen. Guru, Gurum, Guru, Gurun. Pitaram, Pitarau, Pitrun. Rama, Strilinga, Akaranta. Ramam, Rame, Ramaha. Mati, Ikaranta Strilinga. Matim, Mati, Matihi. Nadi, Ikaranta Strilinga. Nadim, Nadyau, Nadihi. Evameva Shri Strilinga Shriyam Shriyau Shriyaha Dhenu Strilinga Dhenum Dhenu Dhenuhu Matr Rikaranta Strilinga Mataram Matarau Matruh Phala Akaranta Napumsakalinga Phalam Phale Phalani Vari Napumsakalinga Vari Varini Varini Dadhi Dadhi Dadhini Dadhini Madhu Madhu Madhuni Madhuni. Then we learned some Sarvanama Shabdas also, that is pronouns. Tad Pullinga, Tam Tautan, Tad Strilinga, Tam Te Taha, Tad Napumsakalinga, Tat Te Tani. Then Etad Pullinga, Etat, Etam Enam, Etau Enau, Etan Enan. Etad Strilinga, Etam Enam, Ete Ene, Etaha Enaha. Etad Napumsakalinga, Etat Enat, Ete ene, etani enani. Idam pullinga, imam, imau, iman. Idam strilinga, imam, ime, imaha. Then idam napumsakalinga, idam, ime, imani. Adas pullinga, amum, amu, amun. Adas strilinga, amum, amu, amuhu. Adas napumsakalinga, adaha, amu, amuni. Sarva pullinga, sarvam, sarvau, sarvan. Sarva Strilinga, Sarvam Sarve Sarvaha, Sarva Napumsakalinga, Sarvam Sarve Sarvani. Yad is like similar to Tad. We've learned this. Yad Shabda is similar to Tad Shabda. So you can just see it on the screen. Kim also similar to Tad, Kam, Kaukan. Kim Strilinga, Kam Ke Kaha. Kim Napumsakalinga, Kim Ke Kani. Yushmad, very important. Today the shlokas we learn will have Asmad, Yushmad forms. So we will learn them. Tvam, Tva, Vaha. Asmad, that is in the sense of I. Mam, Ma, Avam, Now, Asmnaha. Okay. Vyavaharika Shabdaha. So we are introduced to certain words which we use in common parlance and in everyday conversation, in every lesson, right? So this lesson, the focus is Lekhana Samagri, stationery. It's given in the textbook. Not much explanation needed. We have to go through these words again and again and remember them. Sudha Khandaha, piece of chalk. Niryasaha, gum. Patrabharaha, paperweight. Utpithika, table. Antafpetika, drawer. Randhrika, punching machine. Mridu mudra, rubber stamp. Mapika, scale. Lepana pattika, adhesive tape. Lekhani, pen. Ankani, pencil. Varna lekhani, sketch pen. Yojini, stapler. Patrasuchi, pen. Marjani, eraser. Kartari, scissors. Pustakam, book. Shweta patram, white paper. Lekhana pitham, desk. Damshakam, gem clip. Krishna phalakam, blackboard. So Krishna is black, Phalakam is board, Krishna Phalakam is blackboard. So these are also given in the textbook. Please go through them and memorize these words. Now we come to Prahelika, riddle. Okay, I will read it out once, then we will go through every word. Very class, we are learning one riddle. Vishnoh ka vallabha devi lokatritaya charini varnavadyantimau datva kashabdah tulyavachakah. So what you should do, you all should actually read these riddles aloud and read the shlokas aloud while studying. So it doesn't help to just read it mentally, but you should be reading them aloud and learning the words also. So you'll get more familiar with the language. Vishnoh ka vallabha devi lokatritaya charini varnavadyanti maudatva kashabdastulyavachakah. Kaha shabdah tulyavachakah. So we can split it like that also. So let us see. Now, usually as you progress, you will see that when we learn shlokas and the meaning, what we do is once we read the shloka, the next way to learn is we do word by word. We see what are the words in the shloka. So Vishnoho ka vallabha devi lokatritaya charini varnau adi antimau. There are three words in that. Varnavadyantimau, varnau adi antimau datva kaha shabdah tulyavachakah. Okay, so this is you've identified all the words in this particular verse. Then we come to what we call Anvaya or prose order. So this is the way we learn shlokas. So Anvaya, the prose order would be what? Vishnoho vallabha devi lokatritaya charini ka. We know now, we have learned ka, kaha, kim, we know the meaning. Ka means who in Strilinga, right? Vishnoho vallabha devi lokatritaya charini ka, who. So what is the meaning? Vishnoho, of Vishnu. So now from now on, we should also start understanding which vibhakti each word is in. It's okay if we still haven't learned Ukaranta Pullinga Shabda. This is also a way. Through shlokas, you can identify vibhaktis in words and try to remember. Then when you memorize the Shabda, you can relate it back. So now you know, Nagurov Paramam Shishurasmi Guroho. So there we have learned Shishurasmi Guroho. I am the child of, I am Guru's child. Guroho. Ukaranta Pullinga. Similarly, Vishnoho. Same like Guru Shabda. Ukaranta Pullinga. So Vishnoho is in Shashti Vibhaktihi. Vishnu's possessive case. So of Vishnu. Vishnoho. Vallabha Devi. Beloved consort or beloved Devi. Now we know Vallabha is in Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam, like Rama. Devi, Ikaranta Strilinga, Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam, like Nadi. So Vishnoho Vallabha Devi, Vishnu's beloved consort. How is she? Lokatritaya Charini, who roams the three worlds. So she is able to go through all the three worlds at her own will. So who roams the three worlds? Lokatritaya Charini, who moves around the three worlds. Ka, who is she? Who is Vishnu's beloved consort, who moves around the three worlds? Next line of the shloka. Varnau adi antimau datva kaha shabdah tulyavachakah. So Varnau, we learned, if you remember, in the very first class and a few classes after that, we learned that Varna also means, it can mean a lot of things, but Varna refers to letters in Varnamala, right? In Sanskrit alphabet, we learned the Varnamala. So Varna means letter. that is the letters of the alphabet. Varnau. So what is the similar to like Ramau? Ramaha Ramau. So Varnaha Varnau. So we should know Varnau is in Dvivachanam. Prathama Vibhakti Dvivachanam form. So this is how we start relating the words to the Shabdas which we have learned. And we should do this for every word we see. We should try to identify which Vibhakti, which Linga, which Anta, which Vachanam. And if it is a Kriya Padam, a verb, we should know which Lakara, Purusha, Vachanam. So we start consciously reading the shlokas this way. Our grammar foundation will improve. Varnau. So, 2 letters, Varnau, because we know it is, Varnau is Dvivachanam. Adi, Antimau. We know that Adi means beginning. Antimau means in the end. Dattva, having given. Kaha Shabdaha. Shabdaha also refers to word in Sanskrit. Which word? Now, because Shabdaha is a Pullinga and it is in Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam, Kaha, the associated question word, is also in Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam. So if you see this, Kaha Shabdaha, both are like Ramaha. That is Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam. Kaha is not like Rama Shabda, it is Kim Shabda. We've learned Kim Shabda, Pullinga form. So Kaha Shabdaha. Both are Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam, Kaha and Shabdaha. Tulya Vachakaha. This word is also in Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam. Which word means equal? Okay, now we will go through the meaning of the entire verse. Tulya Vachakaha. Tulya means we know equal, right? So, by combining 2 letters in the beginning and the end, which word means equal? Varnau, 2 letters. Adi Antimau, in the beginning and the end. Dattva, that is by giving or by combining. Kaha Shabdaha Tulya Vachakaha. Which word means equal? So let us now do the first line and second line together. So who is the beloved consort of Vishnu who moves around the 3 worlds? And you get an answer to that, right? So we all know the answer. I'm sure you all know who Vishnu's consort is. And in whose name, so you take that name of Vishnu's consort. And to that name, in the beginning and in the end, you give a letter each, meaning 1 letter in the beginning, 1 letter in the end of that name of Vishnu, or rather to that name of Vishnu's consort. Then the resultant word means equal. So you should get a synonym of equal, Tulya Vachakaha. A synonym of the word equal is the answer. In the middle, there is 1 letter which refers to Vishnu's consort. And on either side of that letter, there are 2 letters, meaning 1 letter in the beginning, then Vishnu's consort letter, whatever the word is in the middle, and in the end, you have another letter. So so we know there are 3 letters. And by combining these 3 letters, you get a synonym, which means equal. So let us see what it is. So for such riddles, we should know many synonyms of Vishnu, Vishnu's consort, and synonyms of Tulya Vachaka. That is words which refer to equal. So what are the possible names? I'm sure we all have guessed Lakshmi, right? The first name which comes to our mind. Padmaja, Vishnu Priya, lot of things. Now, sorry, here it should be Vishnu Priya, not Vishnu Priya. I will change that later. It should be Vishnu Priya. And another word which we learned, which just has 1 letter for Vishnu's consort, we learned it is Ma. So I hope you all recollect where we learned this. When we did Srimad Ramayanam in Sangrahya Vishayaha in the previous lesson, so we learned that shloka, Ma Nishada Pratishtham Tvam Agamas Shashwati Samaha Yat Krauncha Mithunadekam Avadhi Kama Mohitam. Right? So there, if you go through that video of that class, you will recollect that we learned Ma Nishada. The word Ma, the letter Ma refers to goddess Lakshmi. Another meaning also was there, which means do not, which we also learned. So Ma is Lakshmi, which is why one of the synonyms of Vishnu is Madhavaha, right? The husband of Ma. So Madhavaha. Ma is Lakshmi. So we got one letter, Ma. That is the second letter. We need to get the first and the third letters. By combining these three, we get a word which means equal. So the letters are Sa, Ma, and Nam. So if the letters Sa and Na are added at the beginning and end of the letter Ma respectively, we get the word Samanam, which means equal. Hence the solution is, for the first line, Vishnoh ka vallabha devi lokatritaya charini. For that, the solution is Ma, that is Lakshmi. By combining two letters in the beginning and the end, we get a word Samanam, which is Tulya Vachakaha. That is the answer for the second part of the shloka. So I hope this riddle is clear now. Let us just read the shloka once. Vishnoh ka vallabha devi lokatritaya charini varnavadyanti maudatva kashabdastulya-vachakah. Okay. Now we move to Sangrahya Vishayaha. Again, we are learning two very beautiful verses today, which I'm sure all of you have already learned or at least listened to them. So each lesson, we are focusing on one particular deity. So this lesson, it is Bhagavati Saraswati, Goddess Saraswati. Let us read these shlokas aloud. Saraswati namastubhyam varade kamarupini vidyarambham karishyami siddhirbhavatu me sada. Once again, I will read, then maybe one or two of you can read this, and then we will move to the meaning. Saraswati namastubhyam varade kamarupini vidyarambham karishyami siddhirbhavatu me sada. Okay, who will read this? If you want me to teach you, please let me know. Priyadarshini Bhagini.
Namaste Bhagini.
Namaste.
Saraswati namastubhyam varade kamarupini vidyarambham karishyami siddhirbhavatu me sada.
Uttamam. Dhanyavadaha Bhagini. Next, I will ask Sujata Rani Tirumanan Bhagini to recite the same verse. Before Sujata Rani Bhagini recites, one thing to note for all of us. Here, please note, this is Saraswati. It is not Dirgha. Similarly, Kamarupini, again, not a Dirgha. Karishyami. All these we should make it a point to not recite as Dirghas, as we should not prolong. Also, Tubhyam, Bha is Mahaprana. Vidyarambham, Bha is Mahaprana. Siddhir Bhavatu. So all these, let us be clear. And with these, Sujata Rani Bhagini, please recite.
Ram Ram Ram.
Ram Ram.
Saraswati namastubhyam varade kamarupini vidyarambham karishyami siddhirbhavatu me sada.
Dhanyavadaha. Bhagini, a few observations here. It is not Vidyarambham, it is Vidyarambham. The ya, Vidya, the in the word Vidya is Alpa Prana. So it should be chanted as Vidyarambham, not Vidyarambham. And also, yes, perfect. Now you were right. Also, Saraswati namastubhyam. All of us, please, we should remember this. We should not chant it as Saraswati namastubhyam. That would be wrong. We will learn why that is so when we learn the meaning. So, Saraswati namastubhyam.
Saraswati namastubhyam.
Uttamam bhagini. Dhanyavadaha.
Dhanyavad.
Okay. So now let us see the words in this particular verse. Like we said, let us follow this for all verses. Saraswati namaha tubhyam varade kamarupini vidyarambham karishyami siddhihi bhavatu me sada. And what will be the prose order? Anvaya. Saraswati varade kamarupini tubhyam namaha. This is the prose order for the first line. He Saraswati. So this is Sambodhana Prathama Vibhaktihi. So we will all recollect that we have learnt about Sambodhana Prathama in detail about 2 classes ago, I think. Vocative case. When you address someone. He Rama, He Sita, He Radhe, He Krishna. So there, Saraswati. Here, Sambodhana Prathama Vibhakti form of Gauri, Nadi, Devi, Saraswati, all these are Ikaranta Strilinga Shabdas. Right? So Nadi, Nadyau, Nadyah, Gauri, Gauryau, Gauryah, Saraswati, Saraswatyau, Saraswatyah, Devi, Devyau, Devyah. We have learnt Prathama Vibhakti forms. We have also learnt Sambodhana Prathama Vibhakti forms. If you recollect, in the Sambodhana Prathama Vibhakti class, we learnt various forms and we learnt that for Ikaranta Strilinga Shabdas, the vocative case is a Harasva. It ends with Saraswati, He Nadi, He Devi, He Saraswati, He Gauri. So, the Sambodhana Prathama form ends with a Rasva Ikara. So, we should not say Saraswati, we should not say, because it is not Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam, it is Sambodhana Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam. Vocative case is He Saraswati, Ikaranta. So here the Bhakta is addressing Saraswati. Like we learnt in Sambodhana Prathama class, we don't have to precede the vocative case always with He or O or anything like that. Even without He, it is understood it is Sambodhana Prathama Vibhakti. So, He Saraswati, Varade, Varada is like Rama. So, the Sambodhana Prathama form of Rama is Rame, He Rame, He Rame, He Rama. We have learned. So, He Radhe, He Varade, He Rame. Similarly, Akaranta Strilinga, Varada. So, the vocative case is Varade. Kama Rupini. Again, it's like Nadi, Saraswati, similar Shabda. Kama Rupini. It is Ikaranta Strilinga. Sambodhana Prathama Vibhaktihi Ekavachanam. Tubhyam Namaha. Tubhyam is for you. Namaha, salutations. So let us see each word. Saraswati, He Saraswati, Goddess Saraswati. Varade, bestower of boons. Kama Rupini, the one who can assume any form. So, she can take any desired form. Tubhyam, to you or for you. Namaha, salutations. So, Tubhyam is in Chaturthi Vibhaktihi. When we learn the rules of Chaturthi Vibhakti, we shall learn that whenever Namaha is used, this I think we have discussed previously also. Whenever the word Namaha is used, that is salutations, the associated noun should be in Chaturthi Vibhaktihi. That is the fourth case. So here, Tubhyam is in Chaturthi Vibhaktihi. So here, the Bhakta is saying, He Saraswati, He Varade, He Kamarupini, O Saraswati, bestower of boons, the one who takes any desired form. Tubhyam Namaha, salutations to you. So, Tubhyam Namaha. When we say Ramaya Namaha, Krishnaya Namaha, Gurave Namaha, All these are in Chaturthi. Ramaya, Krishnaya, Gurave, Devyai Namaha, Ganeshaya Namaha, Lakshmiyai Namaha. All words to whomever you are saluting, that word should be in Chaturthi Vibhakti. This is a universal rule in Sanskrit. So, Tubhyam, to you, Namaha, salutations. So I hope this is clear. Next line, what is the prose order? Vidyarambham aham karishyami. Here aham is understood because karishyami is in Uttama Purusha Ekavachanam. So Uttama Purusha, you know, is used for aham, right? Aham, avam, vayam, depending on the vachanam. Now karishyami, this word is in what we call rit lakaraha, which is very similar mostly to lat lakaraha. It is future tense. We will learn that also in this Pravesha course. Karishyami, I will do, or I am commencing. In the sense, simple future tense. So I will commence my studies. Vidyarambham karishyami. Sada me siddhihi bhavatu. Sada always may, for me or mine. Siddhihi bhavatu. Success. Again, if you see bhavatu, you must be able to recognize it is in lot lakara. Prathama purushaha ekavachanam. Bhavatu. So, Vidyarambham, commencing or embarking on study. Karishyami, I will do. Sada, always. Siddhihi, me bhavatu. Sada siddhihi me bhavatu. So, this is a prayer to Goddess Saraswati. Again, like we discussed, siddhihi, very loosely translated, it means success. But success, the word in English does not capture the depth of meaning of the word siddhihi. Because I remember my guru always used to say, whenever she taught any shloka, she would say, you have learned, I have taught you the shloka now, you have read it or you have learned it, but you should attain siddhi. So learning is just one stage. Siddhi is the next stage. So that happens with a lot of practice and a lot of penance and, continuous abhyasa. So siddhi does not only mean success, but loosely translated, we should say success in English. Also, when someone does upadesha of a shloka or a mantra, only by repeating it multiple times and by dwelling on it, shravana, manana, nididhyasana, only then you attain a stage where you can call it siddhi. So from learning something, when you commence your study, you learn something, vidyarambha. Till siddhi, till you attain siddhi and mastery over that, there is a lot of process which happens. So which is why when you learn any shlokas, Gita or even these, now you might read the shloka, but you should repeat it multiple times, chant it multiple times, practice it, maybe write also if necessary, and attain siddhi. So in various contexts, this word siddhi is used in Sanskrit. It also means attaining mastery over something, perfection over something in the context of vidya. So what I'm trying to drive home is, please do not think that the word siddhi is limited to what we know as success in English. Many words are non-translatables, but we have to translate it because we have to give the meaning in English. Okay, so let us know that siddhi is beyond just saying success. So now the gist of it, O Goddess Saraswati, bestower of boons, the one who takes any desired form, salutations to you. I am commencing my studies. May I always achieve siddhi. Okay. Next, we'll move to the next shloka on Saraswati Devi or Sharada Devi. I shall read it out, then maybe one or two of you can read it. Namaste Sharade Devi Kashmira Puravasini Tvamaham Prarthaye Nityam Vidyam Buddhincha Dehi Me. Once again, Namaste Sharade Devi Kashmira Puravasini Tvamaham Prarthaye Nityam Vidyam Buddhincha Dehi Me. namaha, te. Again we have namaha. So remember the associated word should be in chaturthi. Namaha, te, Sharade, Devi, Kashmira Puravasini. Tvam aham, prarthaye nityam, vidyam, buddhim cha dehi me. Okay. The prose order or Anvaya. Sharade Devi Kashmira Puravasini Te Namaha. Now, automatically you all will have a doubt. We had Tubhyam in the previous shloka. Tubhyam Namaha. Here Te Namaha. Sharade Devi. O goddess Sharade. So Sharada again is like Rama. Herame, Heramaha. Sambodhana Prathama, vocative case. So He Sharade. Last shloka we learned Saraswati, Kamarupini. Here it is Devi. Again, Ikaranta Strilinga, Sambodhana Prathama Vibhaktihi, Ekavachanam. So, Hey Devi, not Devi. Devi would be Prathama Vibhakti, the first nominative case. Hey Devi with a Hrasva Ikara would be Sambodhana Prathama or vocative case. Sharade Devi, Kashmira Puravasini. Te Namaha. Kashmira Puravasini, the one who resides in Kashmira. So if you see in Sanatana Dharma and a lot of Sanskrit literature, Kashmira is given a lot of importance. It was an ancient center of learning. We also come across Kashmira Panditaha very frequently in Sanskrit stories. Also, you all might recollect that the Sarvagnya Pitham or the the Pitha for ascending, which could be ascended only by Sarvagnyas, the ones who were omniscient or who were all-knowing or who were so scholarly. That was in Kashmir. And from Dakshina Bharatam, the first person to ascend this Pitham was our Adi Shankaracharya. In the 8th century, he ascended this Sarvagnya Pitham in Kashmir, which of course, due to political reasons and all that, after the partition, we could not have access to it. And also, Sharada Devi temple also we lost access due to unfortunate political reasons. But now recently, with the blessings of Mahasannidhanam and Sannidhanam, that is Shri Bharati Tirtha Swaminaha and Jagat Guru Shri Vidhushekara Bharati Swaminaha of Sringeri, very recently, we have the Pratisthapana or consecration of Sharada Devi temple in Kashmir, in Titwal. So you all might have read about it in the news. After many, many years, this shloka is, shows us, and there are many other shlokas with Sharada Devi. There was a temple in Kashmir. Now, after many years, this year, few months ago, again in Titwal, there is a new temple. Sharada Devi was taken from, the Murti Vigraha was taken from South India, from Sringeri, blessed by Jagat Gurus, and the Pratisthapana happened in Kashmir. So Kashmira Puravasini, we should know that Kashmir was associated with Sarvagnya Pitham and Sharada Devi temple. Therefore, the shloka says this. Kashmira Puravasini, one who resides in Kashmir. Te, again, this is in Chaturthi Vibhakti. So Chaturthi Vibhakti has two forms in Yushmad Shabda, Tubhyam and Te. Both forms are there. Today, I have planned to teach you Asmad Yushmad Shabdas because we have come across a lot of these words in these shlokas. So if you learn the Shabda, it will become more clear to you. So, Tubhyam, in the previous shloka, Saraswati, Tubhyam Namaha. Here, Sharade Devi, Kashmira Puravasini, Te Namaha. Both Tubhyam and Te are the two versions of Chaturthi Vibhakti in Yushmad Shabda. So you can use either Tubhyam Namaha or Te Namaha when you are saying salutations to you, to someone. Therefore, it is important for us to learn both forms. Whenever a Shabda has both forms, we should learn both forms and not just one form, because some shlokas, some contexts we use one, in other contexts we use the other form. So, Te Namaha, salutations to you. Tvam aham nityam prarthaye. Tvam is in Dvitiya Vibhaktihi. We learnt that, right, in this lesson. Tvam aham nityam prarthaye. I always salute you or prostrate to you, or I pray to you. I always pray to you. Nityam, always. Vidyam buddhim cha me dehi. Vidyam, knowledge or learning. Buddhim, wisdom. Cha, and me. May we find both in Chaturthi Vibhakti and Shashti Vibhakti in Asmad Shabda, to me or for me. Dehi, give or bestow. So the overall gist meaning is, O Goddess Sharada, the one residing in Kashmir, salutations to you. I pray to you always, bestow upon me learning and wisdom. So these shlokas, see, we can change the prose order a little bit. So we can also take it as Tvam aham prarthaye, vidyam buddhincha nityam me dehi. So that nityam, we can also take it there to mean always bestow me with vidya, learning and wisdom. Or we can use nityam previously and say, O Goddess Saraswati, I always pray to you. So these are some of the beauties when we learn shlokas on the prose order where we can use a particular word. And see, another important thing here, vidyam, knowledge or learning. Mere knowledge or learning will not suffice unless it is associated with good values and good buddhi, intellect or wisdom. So both are important. So therefore, both learning and buddhim, intellect or wisdom, dehi me, please bestow upon me. So this is the prayer. There is another very famous shloka by one of our Sringeri Acharyas called Kamalaja Dayitashtakam on Goddess Sharada of Sringeri. There also the last line of each shloka says, Vidyam Shuddham cha Buddhim Kamalaja Dayite Dehime. So Vidyam Shuddham cha Buddhim, Vidyam learning, Shuddham Buddhim, a very pure wisdom, a pure intellect. O Sharada, give it to me. So this is the importance of both the words Vidya and Buddhi. Okay. Now, it is very important for us to learn Shabdas, right? So we have started learning Shabdas. Every class, let us learn a few Shabdas. We have learned Rama Shabda, which is on the screen. We will come back to it. If we have time, I will make one of you read. Otherwise, let us learn new Shabdas today first. Then we have, I hope you all have memorized Rama Shabda. Then we have learned Akaranta Strilinga Rama Shabda. So if you see here, He Rame, He Sharade. So that is how you will be able to associate the words. Then we have also learned Akaranta Napumsakalinga Vana Shabda. And in the exercises, you have done similar Shabdas also. Today, let us first learn Asmad and Yushmad, then we will come back to Hari. So Asmad Shabdaha, because we come across this word Asmad Yushmad very frequently in shlokas and in sentences. So I will read it out once, then maybe you all can read it. Dakarantaha. Why is it Dakarantaha? It is ending with the. If you see this Pratipadikam form, we all have learned that Pratipadikam is the root form of any noun. So Dakarantaha, Asmad ends with the. Therefore, Dakarantaha. Trilingaha. So this three linga, because it is used in all three lingas. So whoever is using aham, whether it is a male, female or neuter gender, that would be in, we will only say aham. There is no change in the gender there. So therefore, in all three genders, it is the same. It is the same with Yushmad also. Dakarantaha, that is you. There also it is in Trilinga, it is the same thing in all three genders. Okay. Now, let us learn these forms. Dakarantaha Trilingaha Asmad Shabdaha Aham Avam Vayam Mam Ma Avam Nau Asman Naha Maya avabhyam asmabhihi, mahyam me avabhyam nau asmabhyam nah, mat avabhyam asmat mama me avayoho nau asmakam nah, mayi avayoho asmasu. Once again, I shall read, then all of you please read it again in your minds or aloud. Please read aloud. I would encourage you to read it aloud, but without mistakes as far as possible. Then maybe one or two of you can read it in class. Dakarantaha trilingaha asmad shabdaha aham avam vayam mam ma avam nau asmannaha maya avabhyam asmabhihi mahyam me avabhyam nau asmabhyam nah, mat avabhyam asmat mama me avayoho nau asmakam nah, mayi avayoho asmasu. Tara Subramanian Bhagini, कृपया वदतु.
राम राम भगिनी.
राम राम राम.
दकारान्तः त्रिलिङ्गः अस्मद् शब्दः. अहम् आवां वयं मां मा आवां नौ अस्मान्नः मया आवाभ्याम् अस्माभिः मह्यं मे आवाभ्यां नौ अस्मभ्यं नः मत् आवाभ्याम् अस्मत् मम मे आवयोः नौ अस्माकं नः मयि आवयोः अस्मासु.
Uttamam Bhagini. You recited it very well. Dhanyavadaha. So we are doing a few shabdas every class. I'll try to include in every class from now on. Please, as and when we do in class, memorize it by the next class. Geeta Bhagini. Asmad Shabda again.
Harihi Om.
Harihi Om.
Dakarantah Asmad Shabdah Trilingakah Aham Avam Vayam Mam Ma Avam Nau Asmanah Maya Avabhyam Asmabhihi Mahyam Me Avabhyam Nau Asmabhyam Nah, mat avabhyam asmat mama me avayoho nau asmakam nah, mayi avayoho asmasu.
Dhanyavadaha Bhagini. Uttamam.
Dhanyavada.
Yeah. So now, at the end of your Pravesha textbook, I think in lesson 11, yes, you have many shabdas given to you. So please, all of you, start working and reading these shabdas. We will do them in class also, but as and when time permits, please start reading these shabdas and memorizing them. This is very, very crucial for you for your future journey in Sanskrit. Pravesha exam is just a short-term goal, but beyond that, to become proficient in this language and to even construct simple sentences, we need these shabdas. So if you do it as a prolonged exercise, abhyasa, continuously for dirgha kala, you will definitely be able to do it. But if you can't, say I'm going to memorize everything in one day, that will not be possible. So it should come with continuous practice. Consistency is important, is what I'm trying to say. So please do it every day. You can make cards or however it is easier for you. We also have tools in Vyoma. Like I said, please go through our Pravesha course page. We have a few tools which will help you in memorizing the shabdas. So please use all of these. And we also, I think, have an audio and video tool where you can repeat along. Shabda product is there. So use those to help you to memorize them. Now we will do Yushmad. you will realize that once you memorize asmad, yushmad becomes simpler and vice versa because the forms are very similar. I will read it and then maybe one or two of you can also read it. Dakarantaha, trilingaha, yushmad shabdaha, tvam, yuvam, yuyam, tvam, tva, yuvam, vam, yushman, vaha, tvaya, yuvabhyam, yushmabhihi, tubhyam te, yuvabhyam, vam, yushmabhyam, vaha, tvat, yuvabhyam, yushmat, tavate, yuvayoho, vam, yushmakam, vaha, tvayi, yuvayoho, yushmasu. Punaha ekavaram pathamaha. Dakarantaha, trilingaha, yushmad shabdaha, tvam, yuvam, yuyam, tvam, tva, yuvam, vam, yushman, vaha, tvaya, yuvabhyam, yushmabhihi, tubhyam te, yuvabhyam, vam, yushmabhyam, vaha, tvat, yuvabhyam, yushmat, tavate, yuvayoho, vam, yushmakam, vaha, tvayi, yuvayoho, yushmasu. So here, please note, we came across a lot of words today. Tvamaham prarthaye nityam. Tvam, it is in dvitiya vibhakti. Then we also came across tubhyam te. Te namaha. Tubhyam namaha. Saraswati namaha tubhyam. Namaha te Sharade Devi. So you should know where these come from. Therefore, I thought it would be helpful to read this Shabda today. Krishnan Yoga Mahodaya. Please read this aloud. Yushmad Shabdaha.
Ram Ram Namaste.
Ram 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 Namaste.
Dakarantaka Yushma Trilinga Shabdaha. Tvam Yuvam Yuyam Tvam Tva Yuvam Vam Yushman Vaha Paya Yuvabhyam Yushmabhihi Tubhyam Te Yuvabhyam Vam Yushmabhyam Vaha Tvat
Yushmabhyam.
Yushmabhyam Vaha Tvat Yuvabhyam Yushmat Te
Tavate.
Tavate Yuvayoho Vam Yushmakam Vaha Tvaya Yuvayoho
Tvayi.
Tvayi Yuvayoho Yushmasu.
Uttamam. Uttamam Mahodaya. So Tvaya would be Tritiya, but Tvayi would be Saptami. Okay. Now, those who have already got a chance, please lower your hands. Anne-Marie Bhagini. Please unmute. Okay. I'm unable to unmute. We'll see if Satyavani Bhagini. Please unmute Satyavani Bhagini.
Yes, Ram Ram Ram.
Ram Ram Ram. Yeah. Kripaya vadatu Yushmad Shabdaha.
Dakarantaha Yushmat Saptaha Trilingakaha Tvam Yuvam Yuyam Tvam Tva Yuvam Vam Yushman Vaha Tvaya Yuvabhyam Yushmabhihi Tubhyam Te Yuvabhyam Vam Yushmabhyam Vaha
Yushmabhyam Vaha.
Yushmabhyam Vaha Tvat Yuvabhyam Yushmat Tavate Yuvayoho Vam Yushmakam Vaha Tvayi Yuvayoho Yushmasu.
Uttamam. Dhanyavadaha Satyavani Bhagini. Let us all remember that while chanting shlokas, while reading, while reciting shabdas, anywhere, Alpa Prana, Mahaprana distinction and Hrasva Dirgha distinction should be very, very clear. Only then we will be able to memorize correctly and also use them correctly. Okay, now let me just quickly go through the questions. Jyotsna ji, Ponnu Subramanian ji, I will just verify that and clarify. You've asked the same question. I'll just verify that and clarify to you. Please remind me in the next class also. Ponnu Subramanian ji, Kailasam, it is, I hope we have written it as Kailasam only in the slide. Padma Ayyagari Bhagini, few shabdas to memorize for examination purpose. Like I said, at the end of the Pravesha textbook, that is 11th lesson, you have a group of shabdas given to you. So I would suggest for examination purposes, you could focus on those shabdas, because if you're planning to take the exam, you will be tested on those shabdas only. But we have to learn many shabdas to be able to converse in Sanskrit and to know the language. For that purpose, you have Shabda Rupa Sangraha, a group of shabdas published by Vyoma, which you can purchase, and you also have an audio product to aid you to learn those shabdas. So that is available, and also there is Dhatu Rupa Manjari, that is for learning lakaras, for dhatus, verbs. That is also there. So I would suggest you can use these two. But for Pravesha exam, please focus on lesson 11 in your Pravesha textbook. Okay. Now let us conclude as usual with Shanti Mantraha. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Dhanyavadaha sarvebhyah. Agami Ravivasare Punarmilamaha. Shanivasare Abhyasa Kakshya Bhavishyati. Punarmilamaha. Ram Ram Ram.